What's up, good people? What's up? Let's get started. This is the Darth Maul from the Kenobi series, the first look of what it should look like. This is the scale of the actual doll of what happened to Darth Maul once he was on his mission of hunting down Kenobi. Well, he was a spice trader, one of the largest, known as the Crimson, like Crimson Red or something. You see, his technology for his legs has improved. Darth Maul has become the very thing many people had feared, but now he's more of a gangster trying to stay under the shadow of the Empire because he's not strong enough to challenge them. But he want to rule his own thing instead of being ruled. The Empire has no use for the spice miners. That's small potatoes to them. So if they want to rule this underworld and all this nonsense, let the spice runners do what they do. It's like the Empire. They never interfered with the Hutt's business on Tatooine. They didn't care. Tatooine was basically small potatoes. Hutts can run it however they felt. Now, as you can see, Maul's lightsaber seems to be a single blade, and he has another two on the side, connected to the belt. Maul's character, as you can see from the back, this blade actually has a device where another blade could come out the back of it. So it appears that it is a double bladed lightsaber, and he can choose to make it single blade or double. And you can see his cowl seems like it's torn and wore out from living in a desert like environment. You see the technology of his new legs. From when he was impaled by Kenobi. What haunts him and angers him the most is the fact Ray Park is the only actor that will ever be Darth Maul. Period. That's it. There's only one. Now, the only problem with that is that Darth Maul is now in his 60s. Ray did a great job playing him. But Ray is now in his 60s. Well, here's the thing: the prequels, there was never anything really wrong with the prequels. Nothing. People are finding that out now, but just like in life, this generation and this era is just so stupid. They're so dumbed down to the fact that they don't appreciate anything until years later. So it takes people years to understand what is basic. It's like, well, that was basic. Well, it's like this. You need to understand a few things about the prequels. The prequels had to do something that no other Star Wars movie had to do. It now, all the Star Wars fans were in their 20s, 30s, 40s. Some was even in their 50s when the prequels came out because it was made for kids. So their parents took their children to go and see the original Star Wars series. If you look at the original Star Wars series, that really wasn't for kids. it but because the kids at that time were not treated as babies as much as they are now. And your cartoons were a lot more sophisticated back then than they are now. Everything has been dumbed down to babyfy you. No, because the prequels had to do something it never had to do before. They had to appease to a younger audience, but they were appeasing to their original audience. So they had to put in a character like Jar Jar Binks to make light of the movie. He was the light element of the film to make it entertaining for children. But their problem is all the critics and all the people that watch Star Wars, they don't give a damn about Jar Jar Binks. Get him out of the way. They don't realize they like, wait a minute, we got to sell merchandise here. We got to have the kids entertained. That's what he's for. They're like, I don't give a damn about the kids entertainment. I want Star Wars. Star Wars is for me. This is what I grew up on. So now the older people, who were kids when the original came out, are now the critical people who hate the prequels because they are centered around Jar Jar Binks. He's annoying to me. He's a hindrance. But what you saw was a complete fallout and basically told the story of the United States government. The empire was George Bush and the Bush administration. That was the empire. And they set up the war to go up and had blamed the whole attack on 9/11 and all these things that came. I mean, it was so precise. The the Bush administration started quoting the doggone movie. They start quoting Star Wars. Only a totalitarian deals in absolute. He said the LB Star Wars group is the problem with Star Wars. You might be right. That 8995 group. Well, I don't think it's 8995 group. Because the prequel came out in 99. You see, the very first one came out in 99. The Phantom Menace. The problem with Phantom Menace was that it was too political. It was too much details being told and actual theory of going back and forth of dialogue, and dialogue. Me, I am in possession of a powerful NFT. I am one of the holders of the original film. The original first film was taken and cut into pieces, right? They cut it all into pieces, and I have everybody got all the fans got a piece of the movie. As you can see, I am still in possession of my film piece from the original first. Now, this could be turned into an NFT. See, the original plan from Lucas was that all the people who have their piece would come together and watch the movie again. Well, I know so much about Phantom Menace is because even in its original design, this was a VHS release. DVDs were not yet common. The special gift for the fans, widescreen special collector's edition. You know how long it's been since I've seen this actually delivered on VHS? Jesus. I don't even think I got a VHS player anymore. And it comes with the artwork of Star Wars. And here's one of my favorite Gorgons, the General. Fire! He was made for war. Now, you get to look at Coruscant, all the designs, who did it, and what was the thing behind it. And you also find out special details, especially when they write in code. Then you get to see how they do the look for Queen Amadeus look. Now, all the artwork, a lot of stuff don't make it. Characters don't normally make it. So you got the concept of what they were supposed to look like, pod racing machines. So besides the pod race, which was created just so they can get past all the bureaucracy that happened here in Coruscant, that was very idealistic as to Emperor taking over. I'll never forget in the movie, we're watching the prequel, and I'm telling them, I'm like, that's the first time the Emperor and Darth Vader had they really entanglement. We were watching Attack of the Clones. She was, shh, I never seen this before. I haven't seen this movie. I'm like, I'm not telling you the movie. This, this is a prequel, right? You don't know that's the fucking Emperor? Then you shouldn't be here. I was ready to smack this chick. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm telling my cousin, I'm explaining to them because they're kids. They don't understand the moments of the film. I've never seen this before. It's like, obviously, you idiot. Have you seen any Star Wars movie before? You know this is a prequel, right? I haven't spoiled anything in the film. It's like it'd be a shocking reveal, like, oh my God, it's him! He's the Sith they've been looking for. Oh my God, I was wondering who was under that cloak. It was, I didn't realize there'd be a couple of stupid people like that roaming around. That's one thing about the prequels. We knew the art of surprise wasn't there. We knew everything because this is a prequel. So we know Palpatine is the Emperor. There is no surprise about that. There was no surprise when Queen Amidala was supposed to be played Queen Amidala was supposed to be played by what's her name? Natalie Portman. She was hired to be Queen Amidala. So when we see this other girl that ain't Natalie Portman, I'm like, that ain't Natalie Portman. Who is she? And they're like, Queen Amidala. I'm like, Padme over there. I'm like, that's Padme, that's her right there. Oh, she using a decoy. It was a no-brainer. The other chick didn't even look like her. Another character that was not used. This was all the concept art for the Sith. Darth Maul was considered to be a brother at first. We get Black Maul in there. Yeah, what's up with y'all mom Jedi's, man? Y'all always on some bullshit. I've been waiting to kick it off with you, mom. Yeah, goddamn Emperor Palpatine, man. He told me about all this shit y'all been doing over there, running things, giving people orders, and yeah, tired of y'all, mom. Right here, play some spades. Who up for some spades? Come on, Palpatine, yeah. You always cheat, man, with them damn chips. We're gonna play some dominoes, let's play some bones. I ain't playing with them dirty ass Jedi. Might slice one of them mugs in half. I know that's why I keep you hidden. Because if they ever found out you was a Sith, that would mess up the entire plan. I don't understand why we hide any goddamn way. I would be a goddamn Jedi. See, that is why I have to keep you hidden. Oh yeah, Black Sith wasn't gonna work. Everybody would have knew he was a Sith. He'd have been in the bar one time. Yeah, that's right, goddamn it! I don't think that shit. I'm a Sith, mother. Damn, y'all, mom. I'm gonna up in here. Get my goddamn drink. That's why them Jedi that was talking that shit last time we was up in it. I wasn't in it. Arrest me? Shit. Oh man. Now, the original ObiWan Kenobi and Qui Gon Jinn. Yeah, I love that Black Star Wars. The skeleton version of C-3PO. And Puppet Yoda. Me, I like Puppet Yoda better than when they went back and digitally enhanced it. Now, you want $1,000 for something that's priceless, dog? Are you kidding? That thing is priceless. You won't find a VHS tape probably more valuable than that thing right there. Right, Puppet Yoda was something else. It was the movements he had in the first original series. That's what I liked about it. Puppet Yoda expressions. Like I like how Yoda was like, we can read your thoughts. Your thoughts focus on your mother. Yo, don't worry. Look, chill out. I got this little mo. Right here. Like y'all chill out. Like Yoda, like, don't worry. I know he's lying. Don't worry about it. I got him. I like see with the puppet, it comes off a lot different. He was like, no, your thoughts dwell on your mother. Yoda was like, don't worry about it. I got like stand down. Nobody else speak. I got this motherfucker right here. Nobody else say a word. Now, you can't have this series without bringing in Maul. Stay hidden. Now, as you can see, Luke Skywalker reminds him of young Anakin. He's seen this before, pod racing and all the things. How the guy was a dreamer and all this stuff, but he never really witnessed it. Qui Gon did. He didn't see Anakin until Anakin got on the ship. Obi-Wan stayed back with the ship. He never went through Tatooine. He never saw Anakin with his mother. He never saw any of these things. He didn't, so for him, he didn't understand what in the world was going on and why this kid was special. He never saw any of it. He didn't know till after the fact. He had to go on faith of Qui Gon, and it was a blind loyalty to his dying master to train Anakin, but he never really believed it. Now he gets to relive, and it's the same thing all over again with Luke. And Luke is not aware that he has these powers and abilities. He doesn't even understand it. But he doesn't understand now there's a war. And anybody showing any type of force abilities are snatched up immediately as children and basically trained and to be dark side users. And they become what they call inquisitors. Now, oh, we all waiting for that. A lot of people think they're gonna wait Maul for some reason because there's too many Darths in here. You got Darth Vader, who you see as the real, person that he's going against. They might save that if they do another season of Kenobi. Yeah, well, for for Kenobi, Vader never knew he was alive still. He just never saw a body, so he always assumed he's out there and that he survived. But Vader never really knew. It was only when, and I do mean only, it was only Maul who knew and was obsessed with finding Kenobi. They had real history. That was the original look of Darth Maul. Basic, but effective. Well, when they fought the last time, it was over. Maul couldn't beat him. And that move, 1, 2, slice. And that was the end of Maul. But everyone is saying, man, there's too much going on here. Because, see, the theme is this is it. This goes against Lucas's whole theory, George Lucas theory. Is that episode 3 was the last time they seen each other before episode 4. And it had been 20 or 30 years since they have last seen each other. But this new series is going to have it where these two intertwine again. And it's rumored they have another duel where Obi-Wan beats Darth Vader. He's not yet at the level or mobile enough to beat Kenobi. And Kenobi bests him, but spares his life as he shows sympathy to Vader, who's not yet all-powerful Darth Vader, because his suit is failing him, which channels his rage. But that's all talk and theory. All talk and theory. One never knows. I know, but when you're trying to sell and make money, plus they brought in Duel of Fates. That's the first thing you hear is Duel of Fates. And a lot of people think that's a hint to Darth Maul. But Duel of Fates actually is a hint at Anakin and Darth Vader, like the Duel of Fates. The fate of the Jedi, the fate of the Sith. Well, what actually won, and what actually the reason why Obi-Wan was able to be very successful is he became more astute by using his aggression. He went after Darth Maul, where Qui Gon was defensive. He wasn't really attacking Darth Maul. He was more defensive. waiting for Maul to make a mistake. Watching Qui Gon get hit the way he did, Maul knew that he was fighting against two different styles, similar but different. One was more wise and conserving of energy, but he was too old to keep up the pace, and Maul could wear him down. He knew from the first time he fought him that it was just a matter of time before he gets Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon can't match his force. Obi-Wan is difficult because he's young and strong, but he moves in willingly and recklessly. And that is harder to beat because it puts you on your back heels to react. But now he's got extreme focus with the Force because he's motivated after seeing Qui-Gon get killed by Darth Maul. So now it made him more powerful. He tapped into his ferocious side. And he used a lot of aggression against Darth Maul. But it made him alert, gave him more focus. Look how he's blocking now. He was on point. Bop, bop. Let's go, chump. Bop, bop. Look at him. He was on point, getting it in. Moon Knight is more of a thriller. It's more like Split. So you're going to be watching Split with superhero powers. For real. So Oscar Isaac can portray these different characters. But it's going to be hard to function. One character don't know what the other character has done, and it's still the same person in the same body, and not a lot of people know the difference. Mm-hmm. I don't see that. I see them taking a different route because the fans want to see Maul, but it could be a bit much. Like if they got Vader coming in like season 2, or they show Vader near the end of this season, leaving the door open for season 2, this should be more about the Inquisitors and then Darth Maul. Like if you got Maul showing up, I'm with it. Because Ray Park is only getting older. Ray has got to be about 60. Well, this is the new look of Maul. So you would want Maul to be on point at all times. As you can see, he's got a new modified belt for his legs, a new system that controls his legs. He has a lightsaber. He has 3 lightsaber blades now. He has one, he could take them and use 2 as singular blades, or he could turn the 1 blade he got into a double blade. And as you can see, his cowl is totally ruined from like desert life. So he's been marooned somewhere, staying low key and quiet. So no one really recognizes him. As remember, no one knew or even knew about Darth Maul except for the Jedi who believe they have killed him. So this look of Maul fits the Kenobi story. He was the runner of spice back then, so it would all make sense in this portrayal. But I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully, you all hit the like button. We'll talk about this later on. Skippy, maybe you should go watch the Kenobi trailer. There is a Black Inquisitor hunting down the Jedi in the trailer. You should watch Inquisitors. I mean, you should watch the Kenobi trailer. Yeah, there's some powerful jewels in this one. But blame James for everything that went on. There he is. Blame James. That's all you got to do. Blame James. All you got to do. Always. All the time. Blame James.